Captain's log, stardate 0311202015.0. Starship Excelsior's log NCC 77246. So this is a update for you all. Couple announcements. I got coffee brewing over there, so I might just get up, give me a cup of coffee. Gonna get a cup of coffee. So, for some of you wondering what's going on, okay, I've been playing games constantly, trying to pass the time with Chloe, but last night she had an outburst of so bad that it made me flee, and I went to get, which reminds me, I gotta get something. Give me 1 second, my tobacco. Now, you guys are wondering, why would I go and get my tobacco? Well, I'll tell you what's going on now that I got my tobacco cup. So what happened was Chloe had an outburst last night that was very disturbing. She started laughing and stuff about how my family's all disowned me and she's happy as hell and blah blah blah. Well, look, there's Bun Bun. He's eating. Little Bun Bun's eating. So she was happy about that. Whole family disowned. She's laughing maniacally and making threats and And so this morning, I finally turned around, and I got a couple announcements, couple shocking announcements. So this morning, I finally said when I went to see a friend of mine because she was working. She said, "Oh, if you ever have any trouble, you want to swing by, come talk to me." So I went there, and she's like, "Hey, darling, what's wrong?" And I go, everything." She says, "Chloe?" I said, "Yeah." So we talked about Chloe for a while, until she closed shop, and then I went home. I walked her up to her car. She was going to go home. She lives on the other side of the quadrant, and so we were talking about, and she's like, the thing is there's a lot of problems, okay, a lot of problems. Now, last time I briefed you all was a couple days ago. I believe it was the 9th, I think it was, or... Anyways, whatever day it was, I'll go look real quick just because maybe it was the 6th, so, the Friday. So what happened was I went to Social Security with Chloe, that didn't go too good. The state's pissed that she turned around and basically, let's see, the 6th. So I went to Social Security. They turned around and they were supposed to, the mental eval. They were supposed to talk to me because they want to know what's wrong with Chloe's mentally. So what happened was Chloe basically was like, really pissed off. She doesn't want to wait 4 to 6 weeks, blah, 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 blah. So what happened was this morning she basically made threats against me, threats against others. I left. I basically got out of the house for a safety reason and went down to get a can of Skull. And when I was down there, okay, now Chloe's like, "When are you going to get your tobacco? When are you going to go to get your tobacco?" And I went and said, "I will get my tobacco when I'm ready." Well, it turns out my coupon's expired. It was expired the day after her appointment to the mental place. So to me, there's an unopened one. So what happened was she turned around. Hold on a sec. She turned around and got angry this morning. Got angry this morning and then parked her ass out. She probably took my dip. She always takes something. Oh, wait. Is this it? Here it is. Yeah. So she turns around and she gets mad. She packs up a bag. She says she's going to hitchhike to Arizona. Fine by me. Frankly, I need to heal. So I went and emailed my advocates and they're like, "Yeah, well, we already got the report anyways." But so Chloe's packed a bag and getting ready to hitchhike to Arizona. And, the Social Security lady, so the adjuster, I called her this morning because I slept all night. I was basically exhausted, depressed. Chloe made threats against me, against my family, against everyone, laughing and maniacally. "You lost your family, ha, 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 fuck them, ha, ha, ha." And, I mean, literally the borderline pincers came out as a crab or a lobster and just and, wouldn't let it go. So I got angry. And I left. I mean, I literally used my head and said, "Fuck this, I'm out." So I went. She thought I was going to go to the sheriff, so she packed a bag and got everything ready. Took a bath, and I'll be on the 5 o'clock ferry. Well, she got up late, so I was like, "Well, So, so then she grabbed the ferry schedule from me. One of them looked at the times to leave, and that was it. And she was bitching and griping, right? So I talked to the Social Security lady. You guys are probably curious about this. This was a wonderful conversation this morning. Called her up. I said, yeah, Chloe's going to go hitchhike. She says, what the hell is Chloe's problem? Chloe's disabled severely. I got to convince the field office. This field office said, because I called them, that if she's not getting treatment, she gets denied her benefits because she's got to be fixed. And they think she's bipolar. So she says, I'll call you back. She calls me back. She says, field office stated that, but under certain grounds, we can waive it. Because there's multiple diagnoses between borderline bipolar narcissism, which combines together, and others, PTSD, then she says, we never got the thing. She asked me literally today, okay, on the phone, as I talked to her, and she said, what happened, what happened with the appointment? They didn't tell us. They basically got in. The state paid for from 1 to 4 or 1 to 5, one of their 3 or 4 hours, and they got 1 hour. They threw Chloe out. She says, I got the guy's report, okay? It was emailed to me, secure email, within an hour of her appointment ending, and it basically went out at 3. She got it. She was looking it over between 3 and 4:30. She said, I opened it up Monday, and I've been working on it since, going through every nook and cranny. She says, I got red flags. So I said, well, what red flags do you have, ma'am? Because I'm willing to talk. And I told her Chloe's hitchhiking. She said, well, the red flags is Chloe wants disability monies and she's going to emergency rooms. That's red flag number 1. Red flag number 2 is why she refuses the treatment. We know why. It's because she's BPD and she needs DBT, talk therapy, and no meds. Everywhere around, between her mom's notes from the hospital to other notes, they all say she's bipolar, needs meds. She got the records from the psych guide from the mental autism thing. She says autistic people don't make threats or gets the people evicted. She says, you've been evicted how many times? A threatened eviction? Like, what, 5 or 6 times? Chloe is truly disabled. I can see that, but I can't tell you my final disposition. But the field office needs to know Chloe had never got a college degree in anything. She went to college for 4 years of community college. That failed. She went through DVR twice. That failed. She says everything failed. How did she survive working? Booze. Well, I got to put that in. At least someone gave me some answers. As well, before Chloe packed up, she was basically bitching about booze. She says, you see, this is a simple answer. That's an answer I can live with. She says, the triggers. What is the triggers? I said, well, from what I understand, Chloe's dad beat the shit out of her. The belt came out. The switch came out. Everyone blamed Chloe for everything. Chloe took it upon herself that Chloe's the problem. So Chloe decided to rebel and say, fuck you all. Well, lady's just like, oh my God. So she was severely abused. That would answer the question about it. I said, on top of that, Chloe's always looking for rejection, which I found this out this morning before she packed up her bag and left. She was looking for rejection. So then Chloe's lady said, well, my determination is she's so mentally ill that she can't even take care of her fucking self. I mean, literally, we were talking about Ebony this morning. Hello, Boon Boon. Hello. We're talking about Bun Bun here, and I said I got to clean up the freezer, clean it up a bit, and stuff, and scrub it down, get it clean again, and so she turns around and she's like, I think Chloe truly needs to be in a group home. I mean, literally, she basically stated that Chloe needs a group home. We can't put her in a group home. Chloe needs a pay status But the problem is, as Compass refuses treatment for Chloe. They want her on bipolar meds, and Chloe's like, fuck you, kiss my ass. I'll bend over. They also say Chloe's too mentally ill because Chloe wears a hoodie sweatshirt and her ass's cheeks are showing up with just panties. And people say put some fucking pants on. So many people are around the station says that. And she's got it on paper. She says someone who's mentally ill that thinks they're transgender, who's not wearing frickin' pants. I even know my cousin Dinky said that, you don't wear, a woman doesn't wear just a fucking hoodie dress with panties. I mean, that's uncivilized, uncouth. Fortunately, it's been almost 5 weeks since this whole incident happened, that the lady turned around, Social Security lady, I said, been disowned by family, oh well, fuck it. She turned around, she put that in, she's positive Chloe had something to do with it. So she says he lost her family. Chloe's a control freak. She's narcissistic. She's an abuser. She basically, and then, the Social Security lady, you told me about the ending of the results for the APS lady. Because, she says, can't you hold Chloe long enough to get her through to that appointment? She did. Well, Chloe packed up and left. Chloe didn't want to wait. Well, so basically the announcement is Chloe's report got in Friday night. The lady worked on it and then sent it off to the field office. She said it's in the hands of the field office. So technically, she said by the 3rd of April, you should have a full answer. They should speed it up and give a full answer to what's going on, which is good, but Chloe's gone. So Chloe's packed up. She's hitchhiking to Phoenix, and that's because she doesn't want to be around. And here goes the second announcement, okay? The second one. Now, Chloe got angry, okay? Chloe basically got fucking angry. She's like, my computer, you can make it as a rental payment. She says, I don't give a fuck, and I says, I don't want your computer, I just want you to, quit abusing people, and you won't. Well, as Dinky said, it's probably brought to pun of her mom. She was raised wrong, her mom basically, she said her mom mentally abused her and her dad physically abused her, Chloe. But here's the kicker. So what happened is I had some flashbacks of the abuse I suffered from my uncles and my aunts, and it was just stuff that when you misbehave, but it still scarred me. But I don't dwell on it. I always forgive. That's the thing. My Christianity says forgive for everything, even if you didn't do anything wrong, you forgive. Fortunately, some people aren't Christian. They don't give a shit about Christian values. So, oh well, let them be judged for their non-Christian values. But I'm not holding anything against anyone, and I'm not speaking bad about anyone. Now, Chloe, on the other hand, I speak. As PML says, I talk shit because I care. Unfortunately, for me, it doesn't matter anymore because, Chloe's, packed up. Now, the second announcement, you guys are probably saying hurry up, is Chloe's. Drink some water, boom, boom. So basically what's happening, I love this bunny with all my heart. You guys know this. So what happened was Chloe contacted her mom and said, look, her mom says, well, you need to stop arguing. Well, how do you stop arguing, okay, when you are sitting there, okay? And here's the narcissistic side of things, okay? People say, oh, well, it's not good. It's not bad. It's crappy. So here's the problem, okay? Chloe's always set on one track. Like the other day, okay, I went out and I bought a boatload of bacon for club sandwiches. Chloe ate all the sandwich meat that I had put aside for it. All the sandwich meat. She's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to eat my ramen. Great. Oh, great. Again, hold on a sec, everyone. This rolled around. I gotta get it thrown in the trash. Okay, so she turns around and eats all the sandwich meat, right? Then the little son of a bitch, I call them that periodically, is throwing a shit fit because I guess she moved it around again. Can't find it, so I guess fuck it. Oh, it's all the way down here. Okay, can I grab it or can I not grab it? Yeah, here we go. So I bought a whole bunch of this, freezed it, right? This is like $2.50 a pound. I make club sandwiches out of this, okay? She eats all the sandwich meat, lets the bread go bad. The food bank bread up there goes bad. I've been eating the muffins and stuff, but she allowed it to go bad. And then she's like, "We're going to buy bread." It's like, I had plans. So yesterday I got depressed because, nothing's going right, okay? I basically turned around last night and I left. But here's the kicker, okay? Chloe messages her mom. Her mom's like, "Well, you gotta wait for Social Security to approve or deny you. Then appeal it. Rita's money, yours money." Social Security lady today said, "No, that's not the case." Social Security lady stated that my money is my money. And Chloe, if she's got resources, should get her shampoo, conditioner, and body wash and stuff while waiting. All right. Now, the lady asked me things. I said, "Chloe goes through so much shaving cream, it ain't funny." So, but anyways, so Chloe eats all the sandwich meats, eats stuff that I had planned, and then goes and throws a fit, okay? Right? And then she turns around and bitches. No trips, no this, no that. Well, I went to the shopping list today. I was supposed to go out, but my trip failed because I bought tickets, right? Well, the lady was so kind to me today. She's like, "I submitted all the info to the uh, field office. Now it's in their hands, and we'll know within 2 to 4 weeks, give or take. They'll probably rubber stamp her approved or denied. More likely because she got the report really, really quickly. She was shocked at what she said. She couldn't tell me what was in the report, but Chloe's still entitled." I said, "Chloe sent out a request for her records, even though she's not." The lady was kind of sad, but she also was upset because she had to put in that her mom is completely narcissistic too and bipolar/borderline on the grounds that must be coming from her mom and dad, because she stated that her mom and dad have mental illness, so it could span down to the child. Now, the problem is Chloe's mom turns around and says, "Stay there. Use Rita's money." Chloe's like, "I'm not staying here, okay? I've gotten my appointment done, right?" Well, the lady, the lady turned around and is speeding things up, literally, because of her aspect. But she also stated that Chloe can be denied. Now, I told her, many times over, today what Chloe's done. And the lady's like, "I really am enjoying our conversation because I can add to it and send that new info. I've been trying to get in touch with you on the field office so I could submit more info to the field office because I'm disgusted that they didn't talk to you. The guy didn't talk to you." Field office said, "Oh, Chloe's not on benefit on treatment. Well, we're going to deny her. Fuck her. She's not going to need treatment." He was very polite to me. It's just like, the hell with it. Chloe ain't going to get payments. She didn't get through it. Well, they said, "Well, on our part, she doesn't need to complete treatment. She has to be assessed." Well, the field office also has taken account that, she's got the teledoctors now and the telepsychiatry and the tele this and, etc. I mean, literally, she's basically crumbling piece by piece. She's literally losing her mind. And so the lady asked me why she doesn't trust the hospital in this quadrant. She just doesn't. She doesn't trust the clinic either. She said the clinic notes were basically beneficial because Chloe refuses treatment when they want to diagnose her with um, bipolar. So she could have bipolar. She could be, it overlaps, but she said narcissism overlaps with BPD. Manipulation. Well, Chloe basically packed up. Well, the lady said, "Well, I did my job. I submitted it. I got the report in Friday. I submitted it Monday. Now that I've talked to you, I'm submitting an additional add-on, which I can in between that can help." And so, and I told her, Chloe mom told her to stay put, use my money, and don't travel to Seattle to catch a plane to Pittsburgh because A, there's no money for her, and B, there's no money for her bag. So she'd be going on the clothes on her back, which is not cool. Chloe found a ticket for like $22 out of Seattle in a week, but problem is it doesn't cover bags. Otherwise, it's like 182 or something in 2 weeks. So Chloe's like throwing shit there, like, "I need my stuff." And the lady said, "Yeah, well, you need to start fresh somewhere, but you don't need to start fresh with leaving everything behind." But she says, "I can understand you throwing her out because you're walking on eggshells." I mean, look, the only reason I briefed my cousin was, on everything is because I thought my cousin could give me some advice on what to do. But my cousin it was like, well, you're stuck with her. That's the way it is. I mean, look, the advocate said the same thing. Unless we did invoke a restraining order, which Chloe's mom doesn't think it happened. And if it did, Chloe's mom would fight it and make me pay the rent while Chloe lived here. And I'd be on the streets with a restraining order issued on Chloe. So I'd lose my house and Chloe would still be getting it because I'm paying for Chloe to live here because she's too disabled. So Social Security lady said, well, I'm putting that in the report. Mom's being a fucking cunt. Not literally, but an asshole. And the lady wasn't polite when it came to dear old mom. I told her Chloe's mom wants her to stay for. No, Chloe was telling me when she left something about coronavirus. And I'm like, look, I don't care. Just get the fuck out. I mean, literally, your mom doesn't understand. You fucking walk an eggshell. Oh, my kid's disabled. They could stay. They're on the lease. Not if they get fucking kicked out. And I get kicked out. Her mom would take her back just like that, as the advocate knows, the Social Security adjuster. She'd be getting a nice warm bed, and I'd be in a tent with no one. Not even my own advocates can do anything then. And then people wonder why I'm worried. That's why I kicked her out. No one fucking realized when she makes threats against neighbors, fucking federal agents, fucking state agents, fucking my family, and then laughs to me that my family disowned me and I deserved what I got. And then laughs maniacally and then talks about my little donut pillow that went missing 3 times, and then she's laughing about it. And then she told me to go ahead and marry the rapist next door that fucking raped her, and she knows she got raped. Social Security lady even got the reports on it. Said it never happened, basically, because they didn't have any fucking evidence. They said Chloe's too mental. She says, I already submitted my opinion, and it wasn't good. She says, let me just say it was a good outlook from her point of view, but we're not entitled to know until we get a letter from the field office. So in the meantime, Chloe, of course, has to wait. But Chloe's packed up and left, going to Phoenix because she doesn't want to stay around, and she ain't holding out for the coronavirus. Her mom basically, and I feel sorry for mom. I literally do. I mean, I'm a compassionate person. All I want was her mom to take her back. I didn't care if she had to wait 26 months for a Social Security transfer. I just want to live in peace. I don't get to heal. My healing problem is I'm not healing. I mean, the only thing that's basically bringing me a little happiness is my dog and my bunny right now. Hello, Boom Boom. And I got to get him some food soon. This guy means the world to me. There you go. Don't knock the food bowl over. Eat up. See, I'm so loving to this little bun. I mean, look how adorable he is. He's got those cute little eyes. He's like, oh, yeah, eat up your food, little guy. Yeah. Anyways, and that's the thing. The lady truly stated Chloe needs assisted living or group home. Everyone knows. I mean, look. I mean, literally. I mean, she gets on the game. Okay, I want to talk about the game for a minute. I was telling the lady this, dude. The lady said to me outright, okay, the lady says, oh my God, she spends 2 months farming for gold. For what? A sword? She says, that's what? The equivalent to about $300 American. I said, yeah, that's about right. She says, my kid plays that game. My kid's not that stupid to go and farm for $2,500 for a sword. I said, I did the math recently just out of the gym conversion. She says, Rita, you may be disabled, but you're highly intelligent and you know what you're talking about. I said, look, there's an axe I wouldn't mind, but I'm also looking at other word characters in the store to see if I can find something cheaper that can do the same job that won't cost me an arm and a leg. I said, I farmed for probably close to 900 gold. I said, I got 900 gold. What am I doing with my gold? I'm basically investing in the guild hall. I got guild members not coming in, and I got to get on the guild to run a raid or 2 today. But I told the lady, I said, look, I'm not motivated. I've lost my motivation right now because I'm clearly fucking frustrated. I mean, people sit there and say, well, how do you feel? Well, how would you feel? Okay. My father Poppy was saying goodbye to bad rubbish when it came to Dinky. Now, everyone knows I love my family dearly, okay, and I had nothing to do with whatever they're accusing me of. Unfortunately, to me, I've let it go in the past, where, I got a message about Moppy's clothes, it's like, look, I didn't pay for Moppy's clothes. I was promised if I helped sell some of her outfits. Otherwise, I have nothing to say. I mean, literally, I was going to commission her to make an outfit for me or a couple outfits for myself. Unfortunately, that went down the toilet. But you see me complaining? No. I understand where Dinky's coming from, and I'm leaving this go. People want to blame me? Fine. But we know all with Chloe's antics. I mean, literally, Chloe was talking about how they asked her questions about stuff that she's done to me in the office. The lady even basically decided to go get the reports, from, just to see where it stands on me and Chloe on the disability spectrum. Fortunately, she's basically stated Chloe is too mentally ill, but she says there's a lot of problems. I mean, look, Chloe's getting angry. I said, Chloe's getting angry at the mouse. I said, I've had to replace the mouse 4 times. It's like every month I got to buy 4 cheap mouses, like $6 each, just to make it. I had to buy a battery thing because her battery was going dead. If that doesn't work, I got to buy a power plug. I said, otherwise, I got to go and spend $350 for a new laptop. The lady turned around. She says, look, you have a heart of gold. You're doing what you can to troubleshoot these problems, but no one's making it easy for you. Literally, my family would turn around and say, no, it's not your job. You know what? I told the lady this, and the lady clearly stated, it ain't your job. Your job is to basically go ahead and basically finish your mission. So Chloe's mom turns around, like I said, and says something about coronavirus. Chloe shared it with me, and it's packed up. She's like, I'm off. Literally. She eats all my sandwich meat. She basically sits there and has a mom that says, stay there, you're on the leash. The advocates basically are pissed off because her mom decides to go to fucking Arizona. We just found this out. Goes to Arizona on vacation, so her mom can't buy her ticket. I'm sitting on money, basically, that could be taken for Arizona, yet it didn't go through with Arizona. And then Chloe turns around, okay, and gets angry with me, okay. So what happened was this morning I called up the electric company, and the lady was nice to me. She's like, "Hey Rita, how's Moppy doing?" I said, "Moppy, good." So we talked about the payments. Now I'm supposed to be getting a large amount of government money. That she said it's government guaranteed money that goes towards my electric bill. It hasn't hit yet. So she's like, "Can you make a small payment?" I said, "I'll just make the entire payment." So I went ahead and I made the entire payment for the electric bill, to make sure it's double made, made sure we had it all cleared up again. That's how come I couldn't go to my appointment. So my electric bill, and she even said it. How do you basically go ahead and do this if you can't do that? I see my tobacco went up 25 cents. Oh, well, I guess I got to pay more in taxes, but I was just checking my balance. So basically what happened was she basically was sympathetic, Social Security lady's like, look, you're going through hell. Hi, boo-boo. I pull him out. You know how fast Moppy would be out here looking at him with his little beady eyes? Oh, that guy's munching on his kibble right now, his peepos. Or his dad says, pellets in, pellets out, or poo in, poo out. Sometimes he eats poo pellets. Which Chloe's got to clean it. The corner's overflowing with poo pellets, and she won't, she refused. And that's where it gets on to the next point of my discussion with Social Security lady. I said, she refuses to clean. She refuses to cook. The last night, she's like, you want burritos? No, I don't want burritos. Cook me burritos. So she put it in a Ziploc bag. She's like, well, I'll eat burritos. Well, I can eat the fucking burritos. The thing is you see what happened was she made burritos for me, and I didn't eat them. I went to sleep. I was so fucking depressed last night. I didn't do tobacco, didn't game, nothing. I just went to sleep. Failing in my duties as a minister of God, I basically said, fuck it, and I went to sleep. And that's because I was depressed. How would you feel if you were depressed? Okay, you wake up in the morning. You get up this morning at like 1 p.m., like 2 hours ago, and you're like sitting there, right? And you've slept like 12 plus hours. And Chloe's like, oh, well, I was going to do this, and then she packs up and leaves. And I'm like, okay. So basically, she went and left. But, the thing is she won't listen. She won't learn. Literally, and that's what the Social Security lady said. She's got to go. Literally, Social Security says let her leave. If the field office denies her, oh well. If the field office approves her, oh well. You can forward the mail off to her. It's not my business if she gets proved or denied. My business is the lady basically got her ass reamed a new one from the APS lady because she basically said, keep Chloe. She didn't know that I'm basically paying the lights. I told her today, I said I made payment again with the lights to make sure we're covered. Well, the lady brought up the electric help. Oh, you didn't get it yet? We'll look into it. Then I said my advocates, wanted to help me, and they didn't help me because they're waiting to see what's happening. And right now, one advocate training and the other advocate training, and then the other advocate doing this. Yeah, by the way, I got to brush my hair. My hair needs to be brushed because I just had a bath today. which I told the lady felt really nice. I mean, literally, it felt good. I'm clean. I'm not wearing a bra. You can see no bra. These melons look really nice without a bra. And anyways, so Chloe did the laundry the other day, but the lady even asked, well, what do you guys do? Chloe delays everything. I mean, literally until freaking the other day, right? Before Chloe packed up, I said to Chloe, she's like, what's that smell? She goes up, sniffs my pants, right? Pants reeked like rotten fish. She's like, man, I don't like you bragging about your taco stinks. I'm going, well, excuse me, my clothes haven't been washed and I'm out of socks and underwear. So I'm, rotating what I can to make sure something I can doesn't stink that bad. She goes on Monday and she does laundry. Well, Poppy's like, amazing, she did laundry. Yeah, like 6 weeks after the laundry's done, I just picked up more socks and underwear. Anyways, but I don't like running out of socks and underwear. And the Social Security lady thinks it's unfair that I have not gotten pants that I need. That was one reason why I was looking forward to going down to Portland was to go shopping with my cousin for pants. I mean, literally, I don't get all these things because I got to fucking take care of her. And the Social Security lady realizes. And the lady basically sent me back my ledger with all the account information. She couldn't fucking believe how much I've spent on Chloe to date. And I said I added more when the receipts came in. And she is freaking shit upset, literally. I mean, she said, you spend so much money, you're entitled to that entire retro check. She even put that into the Social Security report. But her mom wants that pay status. And her mom's family wants pay status. And Chloe's basically being paranoid. So Chloe's like, fuck this. If I get pay status, it's going to be pay of me, and I'm going to Arizona. So here's the plan. The lady's basically turned around, okay? And the bottom line is I talked to the lady. The lady turned around, and the lady put in the report that Chloe basically is making me walk on eggshells. She's always making me lose my coupon expiration for my tobacco. She also wrote down that Chloe, she feels, can be pulling someone's leg. I mean, literally, that was an option she had to put in there for the field office to make the determination also on the grounds that, look, Chloe got through appointments, she packed up, and she left. She wasn't going to stand around here. Lady also knows from the APS and the other reports that she clearly abuses people and uses them, so she had put that in. And if she's using them and abusing them mentally, physically, and, well, let's just say hypothetically, mentally, physically is a different story, or whatever. Or she doesn't get her way, she cuts herself, she grabs a knife, cuts herself on her arms, then that's manipulation. Therefore, she's either doing it on purpose and knows it, or she's not doing it. She's not doing it. Then the lady put in that she's severely mentally ill and she needs at least 2 to 3 years locked up in a mental hospital or a group home to let the group home monitor or etc. Have someone basically maintain some civility so she doesn't do stuff that's stupid. On the other hand, she said Chloe could be basically doing this to do it for fake, pull off a show. So in the end, she gets disability by acting like a loon and doing it through manipulation, conniving, and conning, which the lady stated it could be, but she says she can't give her final disposition or notice of what she said to the field office, which she said that the field office will have it done in no time. So I could be reported back in a week, 10 days, maybe even, she said. She says by the end of the month, we'll have a full answer to yay or nay. And more likely, it's going to be yay or nay. She says, I bet you, I guarantee it's going to be nay. She says, however, it could be a 90-10% chance that she could be approved too. 90% approval, in her opinion. But it also depends on the field office. They have to basically take in DVR, Department of Vocational Rehabilitation, and other options. Fortunately, with Chloe leaving just right after makes her basically raise red flags too, because she stated the red flags are pretty shitty on the fact that Chloe got her appointment done and she left, literally. Now, in some ways, Chloe wanted out because she's tired. In other ways, Chloe's got too many triggers and she's the thing is, I got triggers too when it comes to her making threats against people. You don't make threats against people. My triggers of depression was she added salt to a wound when it comes to my family. And that, you don't fucking fuck with my family. And, Chloe's basically maniacally laughing that things happen. So, Otherwise, Chloe's packed up and left. Now, the Social Security people, we don't know what happened. The guy didn't want me in the appointment at all. It's less like, Chloe apparently was honest to him, saying, oh, yeah, she's done this. She's been reported by, for Secret Service. And she's made calls to Secret Service to the neighbors and other people. And she was basically blatantly honest. And the guy basically didn't want any opinion. But the lady basically shared with some information. So she's like, yeah, we got the report from Secret Service to help us and FBI. Apparently, the FBI report was interesting because of issues. So, to me, I thought it was quite interesting and entertaining, but at the same time, I told the lady I can't have someone basically yell and scream in the wee hours of the night, like 9 at night, basically making threats. And the lady was really, like, I understand. I'm like, look, you don't understand what I'm going through. You keep asking for more. And that's where I basically finally said, good riddance of bad rubbish myself, because, Chloe's turning around and she's, basically, I told her, I said, what do you do? I told the lady, what do you do if you're sitting there, okay, and you're munching on something to eat, and all of a sudden your sandwich meat? She goes, did you buy it? I said, yes, out of my own disability money. You guys just keep saying, oh, well, deal with it. I'm not partnered up with fucking Chloe. I kept Chloe. You know what I told the lady today? I said the only reason why I kept Chloe here long enough is for that retro check. I was promised it. The lady says, well, I'll put that in note too. Was it her mom wants pay status to go buy a horse and tack, pay off her family, give this and do that. Even Chloe even said that in the Friday's appointment. Chloe basically is lambasting it, I mean, no, as everyone knows, I care for Chloe, but there's nothing I can do. I mean, look, everyone knows I'm Jose's girl. Now, of course, Jose's not around. Got another letter to send him. I just got to get the envelope finished up, send it off. I have plenty of letters I've been writing off and on, Well, I do this so Jose knows I'm depressed and stuff, So, how goes it, Boon Boon, huh? And last night, Chloe basically was doing some fucking show. Like, she basically woke up in the future and she had, like, a split personality. What a bunch of bullshit. I just didn't want to hear it, and I went to bed. Like, where am I? What state am I? Who are you? Who's the bunny? Who's the dog? I mean, look, I'm not buying it. I mean, that tells you right there, and then this is after, waking me up all the time. Oh, who are you? What are you doing here? I'm not in Arizona. Kept calling me her ex-roommate. It's like, look, I don't give two shits, okay? I mean, literally. I mean, this show's got to stop. I mean, literally, she's got to learn. She can't have what she wants, literally. I, for one, am fed up with everything. I mean, literally. I mean, turns around, right? Last night was terrible. I mean, literally. I mean, let me put it this way. Now, since this is my channel, I can vent to a point. I'm not complaining. Social Security lady basically said today, okay, and my family, even though they hate my guts, even though I had nothing to do with anything, they should be proud because the Social Security lady, I even asked the Social Security lady, and she agreed. How much more does one person need to do? I mean, look, if we weigh down the possibilities, okay, even my cousin Dinky's completely fucking absolute 100% right. And she knows I love her dearly. She's completely right. I'm stuck with Chloe. No one wants her. Chloe's mom turns around and says, stay there, you're on the lease. Stay there, the coronavirus. Stay there. I can't afford to take you home because I'm in Arizona. Stay there until May. Stay there until you get your approval. Stay there until you get your appointment done. It's conditional love. I mean, literally, it's like every time. Stay there. You let Rita take care of you. So security lady said, look, I got reports from all sides. They all feel for you. I mean, literally. She even got the reports from the hospital that basically said that we called recently to get Chloe put in there. They refused. Basically because Chloe won't go to the regular emergency room, but Chloe doesn't realize what a hospital's for. I mean, Chloe, they put in there on the private report that Chloe's done this for making it to get her on disability. And the lady's got so many questions. What triggered it? Well, I mean, was she abused? No one knows. No one wants to listen to her. They just want to give her bipolar meds. Schizophrenic meds. I mean, bipolar people do some serious wacky shit, literally. And me, my medical record cleared me from everything. Now, my therapist thinks maybe bipolar, but possibly not. The lady, basically, I talked to her today, and she via email, and she's like, "Look, you had a depression bout because and I told her I lost my motivation. Literally lost my motivation. The thing is I usually don't lose my motivation at all. I mean, people need to know how hurt I am. And that's because I lost my motivation. I mean, literally, I lost my freaking motivation severely, and no one listens. I mean, literally, I lost my motivation. Come on, close the email. There we go. Hey, I see you're eating still. I like how you eat with your little mouth. And your mouth has got that little pellet in there, and I can see your little tooth first. He's got two little teeth. It's so cute, He's so adorable, I just love that little bunny with all my heart. So, but anyway, Social Security, the lady said they were speeding it up anyway in case she left, but they didn't. They weren't shocked that she packed up and on foot. The lady just said someone who's hitchhiking, trying to get a ride to Seattle, and then Seattle to Tacoma to Portland to Eugene, where her grandfather is, Eugene to California, and then California to Phoenix, and then hopefully she can get there and get Phoenix home. I mean, literally, her mom just was like, "Stay there, Annalise." Her mom doesn't realize how much damage Chloe has, and if her mom just doesn't care. Her mom basically is only thinking about herself. But the Social Security lady said she has it for all purposes. She's entitled to think for herself. I mean, literally, the lady basically stated, that I'm doing everything I can to keep Chloe's temper down, and it ain't working. I mean, literally, I don't honestly know what triggered last night's temper tantrum. Literally. I mean, I told the Social Security lady this morning, I said, I don't even know, I said, Chloe's, she always uses the box fan. She uses the ceiling fan. She uses all the electricity. I said, my bill is $100 a month plus. And the lady said, that's unright. I said, I only take a bath once a week. So when my cousin Dinky makes jokes about me smelling, it's because, well, I stink. It's because I literally stink. And that's because I don't take a bath because Chloe takes a bath, and then I lose my motivation to take a bath because, as Poppy says, he's like, you pay all the bills, Chloe should at least do her chores. And she doesn't even want to do that. She wants to claim she's too mentally ill. If you're too mentally ill, then you need either a hospital to live in or a group home. And even the lady said that today because you know, she can't do what she can do, And so, so I'm just checking my balance. I'm waiting for that payment to refund. The reason I'm waiting for the payment to refund is because what happened was um, Amazon charged me for something. Okay. Now the other day I was entitled to a week of one of their premium channels, and I didn't even get a week. They charged my card right away. Well, I complained, and I got some guy from Zimbabwe who was like, "Oh yes, we." I'm like, "Look, you charge me when I'm in, and they won't even give me an extra week." So I was like, "You know what? I'm canceling, so you don't charge me on the 3rd because I don't want the fucking channel." Literally. So but yeah. Anywho, so she turned around, and the reason the lady sped this up is because she had a feeling, as she said, that Chloe's going to leave. And it's not because of me. It's because Chloe's too mentally ill and she's impatient. And so, the lady said even if approved, her retro check would come several months later. So, she could use it to get an apartment. But the lady's more upset that, in her opinion, that she finally realized that, how much more am I going to take? 3 years we've been trying off and on. She keeps getting denied. Oh, it's, not medical treatment or whatever. And lost cash assistance. And, and she even said, what is the cash assistance being used? I said, well, she was buying her clothes. Not thinking about her electricity or rent. That all came on my pocket. So instead of the rent being like $300, I was paying like $425. Electricity was $60 a month, and I was paying $120 for internet. And I had the free phone, and I said everything stacks up to that. And she's just like, "Oh my god, you're paying everything." And Chloe, when Chloe went to mental hospital, I deep cleaned 4 days, 5 days, 6 days a week, except for the last time she was there. When she was in Seattle, but she got the homeless shelter record. She didn't do anything. They told her, "Oh, you got to do mess hall work. You have to do this." She didn't do anything. It was, "Oh, I'm too depressed. I'm too depressed. I'm too depressed." And the lady said, the thing is Chloe brought this upon herself. So, lady's like, "I agree with you. How much more?" I mean, my friend last night, right? I was talking to her. She called me the caretaker. And she liked Star Trek, so I said, "Do I look like the fucking old man caretaker?" No. In the Delta Quadrant? No. I am just the fucking person. She's like, "I know, but there's nothing you can do about it, Rita." So, well, today's plan is I got a spreadsheet to do and some watching a couple of video reviews, and then I got to go to the game after I make dinner. Dinner's going to be early tonight because I want to make barbecue sausage ropes, which means I got to get to the grocery store before they close. No, yeah, Chloe basically was like, "Fuck my mom and fuck," and I'm on my way to Phoenix. I don't care, and Social Security lady basically put her file in as fast as possible. Asked for expedited because she knew Chloe was going to leave. She had a feeling that once this appointment was done, Chloe was packing up and leaving, and she had a feeling about it. So she's like, "Doesn't hurt me to be prepared." She's like, "Best of luck to whatever Chloe's doing. And since you're not going to be advocating for Chloe anymore, you don't have to worry because the notice has already been sent to the field office. They just got to, you know." And she just said there's red flags. So, she gave me all the red flags, and she said it could be faking it, putting on a show, or, too disabled and doesn't know what she's doing. So, but her mom doesn't want anything to do with her because her mom keeps saying, "Well, stay there, you're on the lease," or "Stay there, the coronavirus," or "Stay there, I don't have money because I'm in Phoenix right now on vacation." And Chloe's just really furious. I mean, her mom takes more vacations than anything. The Social Security lady's like, "What's next?" I mean, literally. So they said they had put in an expedited request for approved or denied, which doesn't matter now because if Chloe hasn't changed her address, I have to hold on to everything until Chloe gets somewhere where I can forward everything to her, which will take time. So with that said, everyone, I got to get the spreadsheet done and redo the balance and budget and so forth. So please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit that like, subscribe button. It's wholesome funding for the family, including your dogs, your cats, your dogs, your cats, your bunnies. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hit that bell notification for new content that gets updated when I do it. I've been not motivated lately, so Captain's logged out. USS Excelsior NCC 77246. This transmission ends now.